Today we are reading mystery thrillers.
Just came in.
Hi my loves, welcome back to a new vlog. In this reading vlog today, we will be reading only mystery thrillers for the whole entire week. Today is Sunday, so we're going to be spending the entire week up until next Sunday reading 3 mystery thrillers that I'm really excited about. 2 of them are actually continuation from other books, and then the third book I think is by itself, and it's by an author that I've never read anything by before, so I am really excited. And yeah, we have some really fun little thrillers to get to, and I thought I would spend like a whole week just reading those types of books because I'm getting more and more interested in the genre as well as like horror books. So this week, as we're getting closer to spooky season as well, I thought it would be perfect to do this vlog. Obviously we're already in spooky season, but we have Halloween in a few days when you see this video. But obviously we already are in spooky season, but by the time you see this video it'll be only a few days until actual Halloween and Halloween weekend. So I'm really excited to spend the next week just reading some mystery thrillers. I think it'll be fun, and after I finish We Used to Live Here, which is more of a horror thriller, I've been so invested into reading more thrillers and mysteries, so I'm really excited to read the 3 books that I have for you guys. So book number 1 is going to be no other than Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book in the Natural series, and I'm so excited to be continuing with this series. As you guys know, I started it within the summertime, and now it is time to get to the second book. I've also got it on my Kindle, so I probably will predominantly reading it on my Kindle because I read a lot quicker on my Kindle. And yeah, I'm just really excited to do some reading with you guys. I've got my candles on, as you can see the one at the back, and then I've got 2 at the front, and then I've also got my hoodie. This is not sponsored, but I love my hoodie with my whole life, and I do have a discount code for you guys if you guys want to buy a hoodie. So this is my baby, and it's like the perfect for like cozy season, and now that we get into the colder months, this is perfect. Also girls, if you know, it's the time of the month for me, so I am really like hot and cold at the moment, so wearing something that's so cozy is essential for me, and I just love it. But that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you give it a like and a subscribe, and yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna stop rambling, and now we're gonna start reading Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Morning guys, so today is Monday, a brand new day, and currently it is about 10 minutes to 7, but I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on Killer Instinct. And this book, guys, I have flown so fast by this book. Like literally guys, I am 40% through this book. I'm on page 150 and there's about 370 something, but I'm nearly halfway through this book already. Yesterday I literally binged it. I didn't even want to fall asleep because I'm enjoying it that much. I just love all the characters. So if you don't know, the Natural series follows a bunch of teenagers and one of the main characters is called Cassie. Her mum dies and the first book is basically her kind of backstory. You see her kind of integrate into this group of other teenagers. So we have Dean, we have Michael, we have Salone, and then we have Leah, I believe her name is. And this book, there's a new murder and their job is to solve cold cases, but they always seem to get involved in the actual active cases. And what I love about this book series is there's the chapters where you get to see what Cassie and all the others are doing, but there's also chapters that are named as You, and that is the serial killer. So you get to see like the background of like what the serial killer is doing. It kind of reminds me of Criminal Minds, and that's why it's so similar, because in Criminal Minds, whilst they're investigating, trying to find out who the killer is, there is like background stuff. You actually see the killer going around doing the stuff they're doing, and with this you get to see like the POV of the killer. And with Cassie, she's really good at reading people, so she's used to help like find out who the killer is. Like she can probably like look at them and read them and be like, oh, they're a bit weird, a bit sus. So I'm really enjoying this plot line. There's a new murder in this, and this one as well, it's very similar to one of the characters. When you get a little bit more of the backstory of one of the characters, the stuff that's happening is very similar and they're going through a lot, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying like the little gang. I'm starting to feel an attachment to these characters, especially Cassie, and I'm excited to see it progress. But I am really enjoying this book for now, and I was thinking I was going to give you guys an update after finishing maybe 50 pages of this book, but the fact that I've done 150 pages of the book so far in one evening, by the way, because I started reading around 7:30 and I went to bed about 8, so within an hour and a half I read that many pages. For me, that is a lot, but I have to say it's because of my baby, my Kindle. I absolutely love my Kindle. If you guys want me to do a proper video, let me know. And yeah, really enjoying the book so far. That is my little update. I'm actually heading off to work in about 10 minutes, so we'll see how much I can get done this evening. My brother is supposed to be dropping me today. We're supposed to go into work together, so hopefully that means I can do some reading in the car. But this evening I definitely want to just sit again and read more of this, maybe finish it tonight, I don't know. So really enjoying it. That's my update for now. I will see you guys in a bit. Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday. Don't know why I look around, but in terms of Killer Instinct, I am on chapter 40, page 307, and I'm on 82% currently. And I thought I'd give you guys a little update because I haven't given you guys an update since yesterday morning, and I think I was about 150 pages in, so I've read a lot more since then. And this book, I'm really enjoying how fast paced it is. Like, it is so easy to follow, and like it's so easy to follow. It's really fun. I really like the characters, and I just love like each book is based on like a different killer. and it's very easy and light-hearted, even though it's a thriller mystery, but at the same time it's not scary. Like, this is perfect for like an introduction into thriller mystery because the plot's really easy to understand, there's lovable characters, and it's not too scary, especially if you're trying to get into mystery and thriller but you don't want anything too hardcore. And obviously because it's YA as well, it's not really as graphic as a adult mystery thriller, but nevertheless I am really enjoying it. There's not really much else to say in regards to how I feel about this book, just because there's not much to really explain about it. So that is my update for now. I will see you guys in a bit. Let's continue reading. Right guys, so update time. I have now officially finished Killer Instinct. It actually took me a lot quicker to finish it than I thought. I decided to give this book a 4 stars. Much like the first book, I love how fast paced this book is, how easy to read, but the reason why I decided to give it a 4 stars is because I would recommend it for everyone, especially if you're trying to get into mystery thriller. But if you're the type of person that's quite into the genre already, this is really fun and interesting, a bit more light-hearted, but you could get bored, I would say. I think you'd get bored. For me, I didn't get bored at all because I'm not used to reading mystery thriller, so I can get stuck in quite easily. And I just love how fast-paced this book is. Like, you can fly through it so easily, and also it's YA, so it's definitely perfect if you want to get into mystery thriller. Also, I didn't get the 5-star feeling, as I've said throughout like past few videos. 5-star feelings for me have vanished out the window, but still a solid read and definitely a good book to kick off this video of reading mystery thrillers. I am looking for something a little bit more scary. So next up, we're going to start a brand new read now that I'm really excited about, which is no other than None of This Is True by Lisa Joelle. So this one, I actually have no idea what it's about, but I'm going to read it back quickly. 2 very different women who met by chance in a restaurant and discover they are birthday twins. A few days later, they meet again. Alex is a podcaster and Josie persuades her to feature her on her new series. She tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Alex agrees to do a trial interview with Josie. Josie's past appears to be strange and complicated, but although Alex finds her unsettling, she can't quite resist the temptation to keep digging and to keep recording. It soon becomes apparent that Josie has been hiding some very dark secrets, and before Alex knows it, Josie has envisioned her way into Alex's life and into her home, which is when Alex realizes that her and her family are in more danger than she could ever thought possible. Right, that sounds so good, and this sounds really interesting. It's about 2 people that have the same birthday, so they're birthday twins, and they kind of become friends, but one of them is hiding a very dark secret. And it might be that Alex is inviting someone that's very dangerous into her life and into her family's lives. So that sounds really interesting. This is the first book I've ever read by this author, so I'm really excited to get stuck in and to see what this is about. Let's get reading, guys. Let's see how good this book is and if I'm going to enjoy it. Morning guys, so today is Wednesday and I thought I would come and give you guys a little bit of an update when it comes to None of This Is True. So I read a little bit yesterday. I'm on page 71, so read quite a bit, I would say, in the afternoon yesterday, and then I did a little bit in the evening time. But I thought I would come and talk about my initial thoughts and feelings about this book. So obviously, as we know, we meet these two people, and Alex and Josie are birthday twins, and they come across quite interesting characters. They have a lot going on in their family lives. They're both married, they both have kids, and something has just like come up in my head or conjure up in my head where Josie, she has two daughters, but one of them currently lives at home. In terms of Josie's daughter, there's some type of vibe that I'm getting that I don't want to spoil it or anything, but there's something that I'm getting that's quite dark when it comes to her, because Josie always just like walks past her door and she has like baby food and stuff like that. I think she's on the autistic spectrum, but there's something a lot deeper that I'm kind of feeling in terms of the book. But for spoiler reasons, I'm not going to say it, but there's something in my mind that I'm just keeping in there in case something happens later down the line. I'm like, ooh. So obviously decided to do this podcast because Alice is this professional podcaster and she like does loads of interviews and stuff like that, and she usually does women that have like changed their lives. But Josie's like, I'm ready to change my life, can you do like a series on me about someone that's in the process of changing their lives and seeing that development? And along the way you find out some disturbing stuff. I wouldn't say this is necessarily a spoiler, but Josie, she met her husband when she was 14 and he was 40 years of age, and they got together when she was 15 and he was 42. So actually she was 13 and he was 40. But when I heard that, like, the relationship are very interesting to say the least between the women and their families, and they're both going through something, and it's interesting to see like their POVs, how they relate to each other so much despite being from very different backgrounds. And I'm really enjoying that. I'm definitely feeling the spooky element, but I don't know who I'm finding a little bit more dangerous. As I was reading from the blurb, Josie seems like the more dangerous one, but as we know, in thrillers and mysteries sometimes that's not the case. And I'm excited to see how the story progresses and hear more about Josie and her past, and also how it might integrate with Alex and her past, but also the present tense and what's going on. So really enjoying it, and that is really my update for now. I'm off because I'm going to do some babysitting today, but I'm hoping to get at least halfway of this book today, so this evening hopefully we can just knock it down and read it. But that is my little update for now. I'm gonna head out, and yeah, really enjoying it, so I'll speak to you guys later this evening. Time for me to give you an update. Today is actually Saturday, and the last time I spoke to you guys was Wednesday, and I had like 1 or 2 clips from Thursday and Friday. I can't remember which days, but I'm still reading None of This Is True. This has taken me a while to read because work has been so busy, and towards the end of the week I was just so tired because it was the end of term as well. So I've been reading bits and pieces, but I haven't had any time to pick up my camera and film anything, and I've just been too tired. And I actually ended up getting the book on my Kindle, and that's what's helped me read a little bit. And I read some this morning, but I don't think I really got any footage of that, maybe one little clip. But I'm nearly finished the book. I've got about that much left of the book, and before we start our next book I thought I would give you guys like a little update about how I'm feeling about the book. So this book is definitely creepy, and I can feel the thriller element to it. And what I love about this is it's like a present past timeline. So obviously there's the two main characters, we're learning a little bit more about Josie and her dark past and stuff like that, and some disturbing stuff is going on. But also there's a present tense where there's a documentary, like a Netflix documentary that's named after her podcast that she did, basically telling the story of what we're seeing, that's the past. So it's really in past tense, but it has those present day moments. And we've reached a bit now where Alex, which is one of the main characters, she's very worried. A lot has gone on in this book, and it's kind of chasing up with to the present, and I really love that aspect. It can be a bit confusing, but for me I don't feel confused. I actually like it. It's like watching a Netflix documentary, but we also have a first eye like POV of it happening in present tense. Like, don't you see a documentary about, let's say, a serial killer, and it's like all the different people that were harmed by a serial killer, all the family members, and they're basically telling the story of the deaths and stuff like that of their family members, their friends, and then also the serial killer and their life. But in this book as well, we're also seeing the present tense of when, let's say, a serial killer was doing those things and what they were going through, what they were thinking. And I really love that aspect of it. I find that really, really fun and engaging. And yeah, I was getting bored at certain times, but it's definitely picked up, I would say, in the last like 100 pages. And we don't have that long left. I'm on page 296. I think this book is about 390, it says on here. So I have just under 100 pages until I finish this book, and after we finish that, our next book is going to be The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. This is the second book to The Housemaid, and I'm really, really excited to read this one. It's quite short as well, and I also have it on my Kindle. Right now I'm heading out to the cinema, so my plan is to finish this probably even on the way to the cinema, and then this evening we will read this and start it. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this, and now I'm on half term, I have more time to get footage for you guys. And I know like it started off very well, I feel like this video, but then a few days of me not catching up, but it doesn't matter. That is what I'm feeling right now about None of This Is True. I'm thinking about rating. Right now I'm sitting between a 3.75 and a 4 stars. It's kind of giving me the same vibes as Killer Instinct. Like that one was a little bit more fast paced, I would say, than this one, and this one kind of gives me like the old vibes. Not old vibes, but like it's not old, but that one feels more contemporary, like something that could be happening in 2024. This one kind of just feels a bit older. This Josie character, if she was someone that I saw in real life, I am not gonna lie, I would drop kick her. And some of the stuff that she's doing, I'm like, girl, Alex, run. Run, run, run. Like, she's a danger to your family. Run. I'm not obviously going to say specifics to why she is that, but she definitely has a very dark past. And this book is definitely like, some people are not what you seem. It's actually like, imagine you meet someone and they're your birthday twin. And obviously she's a podcaster, Alex, so she's decided to do this documentary on Josie, but more and more things come to light, which is very, very disturbing. Like I was talking about a few days ago with the age gap between her and her husband, but we learned that it's not more... but we learned that there's more to meet the eye, and yeah, Josie's not this innocent little woman that we think she is. So that is my update for now. I'm sorry I haven't really gotten much footage of me reading this book. I think the last real footage I had is maybe up to maybe page 150, and obviously we're on 296 now, so it's been quite a while, but I have been reading it and I am enjoying it. And yeah, that is it for now, and then we're going to start The Housemaid's Secret. I probably won't speak to you guys again until I finish this book, and I've probably started this one, but I will get footage of me finishing this off, because as I said, I feel like the last 50 to 100 pages is like the most important, like a lot happens in that time period. So yeah, really excited, really enjoying this, enjoying the thriller mysteries, definitely getting me prepared for Halloween and spooky season. And yeah, that's my update for now, guys. I will see you guys in a bit, and let's get back to reading. Morning, guys. It is the next day and I thought I'd give you guys an update because since speaking to you guys I have finished None of This Is True and I have started The Housemaid's Secret. And first, before we talk about The Housemaid's Secret, I thought I would talk about None of This Is True by Lisa Joelle. And this book, right, like We Used to Live Here, it left me with more questions than answers, but I didn't mind that. The only thing for me is I felt at times it could be quite boring, and because it's taken me quite a while to read it, well, not a lot of time, maybe like 4 days to read it, I haven't gotten fully invested in the book. I don't know why. For me it feels like thrillers, I need to read them within like 1 or 2 days to be fully invested into the story. Whereas romance, I can still remember a lot of the plot and enjoy the characters, whereas with this it's more falling in love with the storyline and the plot and feeling those emotions of like tension and scared and frightened and like anxious and stuff like that. So I did really enjoy reading this when I was reading it and I loved the plot. Definitely this book leaves you questioning what is the truth and what is a lie, and it's also one that is not actually blaming just one person. I think you could feel like only one person is to blame for stuff that had happened in this book. However, when you look at it from different perspectives, different people can come out as a victim versus the perpetrator. So really enjoyed that aspect of it, and as I said, I love the podcast / documentary side of it. I felt that was just really fun and I never read anything that's incorporated that into the storyline, so I really enjoyed it. I decided to give this book a 3.75. It was really good, however it wasn't my favourite like thriller mystery I've read. I think I preferred Killer Instinct a little bit more because it's a little bit more fast paced and it held my attention a little bit more, but this one definitely did have more of the thriller element to it, I would say. It's just that it didn't hold my attention as much. Maybe my fault for spending 4 days to read it. As much as I loved this book, I felt it took me too long to read it, and there was just something about it that I wouldn't give it a 4 stars, but it wasn't bad by any means. If you want something that's got the thriller element and very mystery, definitely recommend this, but I feel like it was a bit too long, but I understand why. It was kind of building the plot, it was the plot building, and yeah, the characters were very interested in this book. I loved seeing the little additional chapter that you have afterwards, which is in Erin's point of view, which is Josie's daughter, so it was interesting to hear a little bit more about her and some of the stuff that had happened. And yeah, it definitely left you on like a cliffhanger. So this book was very, very interesting to say the least. Happy that I gave it a 3.75, and yeah, definitely felt spooky and the mystery side of it, and yeah, but I wasn't shocked by anything, if that made sense. It kind of made sense when things were happening. So very solid, but definitely I don't think it's my favourite that I've read in this video. And then next up we have obviously The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. This is the second book in the series. The first book is The Housemaid, so this book still follows So this book follows Millie again. Millie absolutely loved her character in the first book, and it is a new situation. She's got a new job and some dark things are going on. So obviously she's a housemaid, so in this one she works for this couple, but the wife is always like locked in a room. Well, not locked in a room, like she's always in a room, and the husband's like, she's got an illness so she never leaves. And like Millie, she is one that loves to fight for rights of women, so she against domestic violence and helped loads of women come out of it. If you haven't read the first book, she deals with a lot of that, and she has this little secret basically based off her past, because there's certain things that have happened in the first book which obviously leads to this. So if you haven't read the first book, I highly recommend reading that before this one. But obviously in terms of this one, Millie is back, she's got a brand new job, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And I was wondering to myself, like, where's Enzo the whole time, because in the first book she meets Enzo, and in this book I was like, where is he, where is he, where is he? And yeah, we've just seen him again actually, which I'm really happy about. But I'm on chapter 33, page 147, so I'm quite a way through actually. Yesterday I read only about 80 pages, and I think just now I've managed to read like another 70 pages, just under 70 pages. Bearing in mind I've only started reading this the past half an hour and I've read 70 pages in half an hour. This book is so fast paced, but I love it. It's holding my attention, and Millie is a character, obviously this is in the first book, this is the second book, so we're actually already invested in the main character, but even more so in this one. It's better than ever. I will say, I feel like in terms of the plot line, it was a little bit rushed, like a little bit, it feels a little bit more rushed than the first book. I don't know why. The first book, obviously, she, the same thing, she's with a couple, certain things happen, and I just felt like the build up was a lot slower. But I feel like there's a lot more that's going to happen in this book. I feel like the things that have happened already is a little bit too easy, and it's a little bit too happy. So I think Millie is going to be learning the hard way of certain people, and yeah, I'm really excited to continue and see what's happening. I'm actually matching with it, and I didn't even realise that I'm matching with the book. That's all really for now. I've got a few hours to kill. My train is about 2 o'clock. No, not 2 o'clock, about 2:15. So what my plan is now is to maybe read until 1 o'clock, and then obviously I need to get ready, finish what I need to do, and then we'll be leaving to go to meet my friends. So you probably won't see my final update until I come back, because I'm not back until Wednesday, I believe. And I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to continue reading, and I'll speak to you guys in a minute. I thought I'd give you guys a mini little update before I head off on the train, but I have flown by reading this book. I am on page 244, chapter 56, and this is literally how much we have left. This storyline, as I said, so fast paced, so easy to grasp, and what I said was gonna happen is so true. And I'm so happy about that. Like, not in terms of the plot, but I knew it was going to get deeper than this, a lot darker. And I felt the twist coming. It is quite predictable, the twist of this author, but in a satisfying way. Not like, oh, I found it out, it's not interesting anymore. This is still very much interesting. And I'm so protective over like Millie now that everything that's happening, I'm like, girl, I feel so sorry for you. And I'm just loving it. I can feel the tension. I can feel like the anxiety that Millie must be feeling, but also me, like as a reader. I'm anxious to see what happens next, but so excited at the same time. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a mini update. So that is really it, my update. I'm going to stop rambling. I need to head out to go to the train station, but that is my update now on The Housemaid's Secret. And I would definitely say my Kindle has helped me so much through getting through it. I think it's fast paced in general, but reading on a Kindle just makes it even more easier and more convenient to read. But I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to head off for my train, and I'll speak to you guys in a bit where I'll give you guys my final review. So it is actually a few days later and I am back home, so I thought I would come and give you guys my final review of The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. And this book was so good. As you guys saw my reaction a few days ago, the book was so twisty. Like, as I was saying, like, I think when I was first reading it, I said that something had happened and I felt relief, but I knew the relief wasn't going to last long because I felt it was a bit too easy. And as I said, these twists is very predictable, so when something else happens you get to see like a little bit more of the stuff, and it's just about the detail in which Frida McFadden goes in terms of her plot. Nothing's as simple, and I just love to see the behind the scenes. So obviously there's stuff that's happened in real time, and then there's like the behind the scenes of that. I was engaged with the story like non-stop. Bearing in mind I literally started this the day before I finished it, so I think it took me about 1.5 days, I would say, to finish the book, and I am pleasantly surprised. I'm obsessed with it, and the ending as well. The ending alone, that little thing, and Millie, she's a genius, and yeah, I'm falling in love more with the main character Millie. Like, she is like the go, and I can't wait to read the third book, which is The Housemaid is Watching, I believe, and I don't know if it's featuring Millie. I'm hoping it is, but this book was really fun, really twisty. If you like something that's a bit predictable but you also have the element of surprise, then it's very easy. And I feel like if you're someone like me that's quite dumb, you can predict stuff but not predict some stuff. So it's a little mixture of both, because I like predictability but I also like to be like surprised at the same time, especially when I'm reading thriller and mysteries. But this definitely has the emphasis more on the mystery than the thriller in my eyes, but I absolutely adored it. I really enjoyed it. In terms of ratings, I decided to give this book a 4.25, and I didn't give it 5 stars because I haven't had a 5-star feeling, as I've said in like most videos recently, but I don't think it was 4.75 either. But I'm not sure if I preferred this or the first book. I think the first book, when I read it, I gave it a 4.75, but I think I knocked it down to a 4.5, and I really enjoyed that one because that had a little bit more of like the element of surprise, as it was my first book by the author. But I did enjoy this a little bit more, so even though it's 4.25, I would probably say 4.25, 4.5. But I just love the series so much. I can't wait to continue reading it, and yeah, it just definitely put me in the Halloween feels. Right now as I'm filming, it is actually Halloween, so happy Halloween if you watch this video. And yeah, it's just ultimate spooky vibes, and I felt like I picked the best week to read thriller mystery, as it was like the lead up to Halloween and spooky season. And as you guys saw, I did a few little fun things like pumpkin picking, and I did some painting. We also went to York when I was visiting my friends in Leeds, and York is such a beautiful place. I just adored it, and it just gives the fall autumn aesthetic. And then we watched some scary movies, and then yesterday I watched Coraline, which was so fun, and I haven't watched that since I was a child, so it was just so fun to rewatch, and it's like the perfect Halloween movie. So I really enjoyed reading mystery thrillers. So those were all the books that I read in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I just want to get more into mystery thriller and horror as a genre, so if anyone has any recs, definitely let me know in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Have a blessed one, everyone. I hope you guys are okay. How did you guys think about these books? Have you read any of these books? If you haven't, are you intrigued by any of them? And yeah, that is really it for today's video. I hope everyone has a blessed week, blessed day, blessed month, whatever time you're watching this video. And yeah, stay blessed, everyone. And as I always say, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, my love.